I am now. Thanks for reminding me, Rebecca. I need to like put a sign on my wall or something. Okay, so these little crumbs I'm just going to throw away because I'm not going to bother. Okay, then the next thing I did was I put, whoops, I crushed that. I put my lid back on just because it gave me something to hold on to when it gets hot. Put my lid on. And I stuck a pair of scissors through the end of it like that. Just to give me something to hold on to. You can use whatever you've got, a stick or, you know, whatever. And then I just heated it with my heat gun. And it takes a couple minutes. Whoops. Well, don't do that and drop it and crack it like I just did. But you can see it's starting to melt, and you would just swirl it around and crack it. Or crack it. Yeah, now I got a crack on the brain. Swirl it around until you get, you know, it coated like that. And that's it. Then you just decorate it. So I'm not going to finish it, obviously, because it's cracked. And I'm going to transfer it into another bulb. But you get the idea. It's very easy. And then after you decorate it, it comes out like this. Whoops, you can't see. There it is. And you can decorate it in any style you wanted. I just happen to like that lavender color, so I stuck the lavender and white roses on and some little pearls. And that's that. Yeah, oh no, but it happens. We all know that. It happens when you're crafting. You drop things, break them, whatever. Or maybe not to you guys. Maybe it's just me and I'm a klutz. But anyway, I'm going to pull it out and I'll transfer it into, I got several boxes of these on clearance one year, and so I'll just transfer it into another one, and that'll be that. But oh my gosh, does it smell good. Okay, so that's your quick and easy 5-minute ornament. And, you know, it might take you 10 or 15, depending on how much embellishment you do to it, but it's pretty easy. Thank you, Pam. I like the lavender, too. Okay, so looks like we lost a couple people. All right, so the next thing is, at Halloween, at Michael's, they had these paper mache hats, and it was, I don't know, like $1.50 or something. I mean, it was dirt cheap. And I had planned on making a witch's hat out of it, but I never got it done. So I was looking at it as I was cleaning my office the other day, and I thought, you know what, that would work really good for a tree. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to make a tree. So first thing I want to do is put my ribbon on, and I'm going to do it in silver and gold because I'm going to give it as a gift. So you need your glue gun. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you about your ornaments. I used a glue gun on this, but and it's holding pretty good. But if you want it to be really long-term holding, and you know, if you're going to use it as a pull on your lamp like I plan to, you might want to use these 6000 because you'll be handling it a lot. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to just zoom this out a bit. There we go. Okay, we're going to start with our ribbon, and I'm just going to gather it as I go, and I want the silver on the edge. So I'm going to put this here. Just put a line, and only do a little bit at a time, and just put it on, and gather, and gather, and just, you know, gather like that all the way around, so that you get that nice ruffly look. Okay? Okay, and that's going to get covered, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But I'm going to turn it this way now so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And I'm just basically, this is wired ribbon, so I'm just basically folding it. It's pretty easy. Oops, that dried too fast. Get a little more glue on there. And you can, the nice thing about wired ribbon is you can kind of adjust it afterwards, and it stays however you put it. I love wired ribbon. You guys, you like wired ribbon? Okay. So did y'all see my hole in my ceiling? Wasn't that fun? What a fun way to have Christmas, huh? And all my boxes and moving. Yeah, I don't need anything else to happen. But it's a good thing my future son-in-law is handy because he was able to fix it. He's working on it still, but at least I don't have to hire somebody in. Ah, Pam, you're funny. I think we're all pretty old here. I don't think any of us are young. I don't know. Lori, are you? How old are you, Lori? Oh my gosh, Rebecca, you're funny. Okay, we're getting there. Halfway around. And you could do, you know, more or less ruffles, however you wanted to do it. Mine certainly is not going to be symmetrical by any means. I'm just kind of sticking it on there and just want it to look ruffly. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't get hurt too, because he has a tendency to, and I kept thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to have to make another trip to the ER. Seems like every time I turn around, that boy's in the ER. He's a great kid, but yeah, he doesn't have very good luck. On Thanksgiving Day, he was ended up at the ER because he got a little overexcited and jumped up and pumped his fist in the air and broke my chandelier in the kitchen. So yeah, or my ceiling fan, you know, it's got the hangy things on the ceiling fan and broke the glass part around it. And at his sister's graduation, he got stung by a bee, and he's allergic to bees, so we had to go to the ER that day too. And yeah, poor kid. He's in walking disaster sometimes. Okay, so I've reached the end, and I'm just going to cut this off. put my rubber band back around it so it stays wrapped up. Oh, didn't quite make it. There we go. And now I'm just going to glue this last little bit down. And there we go. Okay, so there's the roughly edge part. Now, I probably should have done this before I put that on, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now. I want to paint the tree part. Oops, I want my glue gun. Paintbrush. And I've just got some silver paint here because I'm going to make the main part of the tree silver. Okay, this isn't shook up enough, obviously. Well, we don't normally have that problem in our family, but yeah, his family does. Oh, I see why. It's all plugged up at the top. Get that out of there. Huh. This is a brand new ball of paint, too. Don't you love it when you buy craft products and they're not the way they're supposed to be? This is, all the thick stuff is at the bottom. Anyway, let's see what this does. If not, I'll have to get a different bottle. I think this might be alright. Okay, so I'm just going to paint around the tree part. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to cover it all up anyway. I just don't want it to show the paper mache part when it's done. If there's any little holies that I missed. Okay, so I'm getting that all over. Let's see a spot I missed there. Okay, I think that's good enough. So, paper towel, clean that up. And I'm just going to dry it real quick with my heat gun, so it's going to be kind of hard to hear me for a minute. So are all you guys ready for Christmas? Is all your shopping done? Or your craft projects, or whatever it is you're doing for Christmas? You have a lot left, Pam? No, you're not done either, Rebecca? You guys have a lot left to do? The only thing I have left is my parents, and I have no idea, and I mean no idea what to get them. They're 80, and they don't need anything, so last year I gave them a gift certificate to go out to dinner, and that was great, but you don't want to do the same thing every year, but that's probably what I'm going to end up doing, because Yeah, I don't know what else to get them. Any suggestions? Really? I don't want to know what it looks like from this angle. Okay. There! Is that better? What's it look like, Pam? Okay, so the next layer that I want to do is the rest of my skirt, and I'm going to use this wide Celebrate It ribbon that I got at Michael's. And I always buy a ton of stuff at the end of the year when it goes on clearance, so I have it for the next year. Probably shouldn't because it takes up a lot of space storing it, but I mean, you know, when you're talking like this was $10 for a roll of ribbon, and I think I paid about $3 for it. So you get such a good deal. It's hard not to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat the process, and I'm going to ruffle this on here. I want to find my end because I was moving it around. So where is my end? I hit that good. Wow. Maybe too good because I can't even find it myself, and I'm right here close up. There it is. Found it. Okay. So I want my end to be at the same place. So I'm going to just start this here and ruffle again. Oh, yeah. I remember Madonna wearing those. Yep, you're absolutely right. It did. Man, you like dating us. I'm feeling old. Okay, this one I'm not going to ruffle quite as much as I did the silver one. And I want it right up against the edge of the bottom of the tree. So can y'all see what I'm doing? It's the same process that I did on the other one. If I turn it around, it's hard to work on, but I will do that here in a second when I get closer to the end. So you can see about how wide I'm making them. So I had the weirdest thing happen, and I got to tell you guys about it. Hi, Shirley. Good to see you. We are using a witch's hat to make a Christmas tree. I bought it to make something at Halloween and never got around to it, so I decided that it kind of looked like a Christmas tree with a skirt. Anyway, so when my parents were here right after Thanksgiving, they wanted to know what I wanted for Christmas. Well, with the move and everything, I decided I would like some new sheets for the bed because I'm buying a new comforter to go in the new house. So we went on Amazon and we picked out some sheets that I thought I'd like, and they were really like $250 sheets on sale for 90 bucks. And we ordered them. We ordered 2 pairs, as a matter of fact. And about a week ago, my mom calls and says, did you get those sheets? Because they're saying that we never paid them and the transaction didn't go through. And I said, well, did you check on your credit card? Did you, are you sure it didn't go through? And they're like, yep, we did. Okay. So I went back on, and they didn't have the same ones anymore. So I decided that I would go to Bed Bath & Beyond. That's where they suggested, because I had a 20% off coupon, and I could get some there instead. And I don't like to shop there when it's my parents' money because you know, they're more expensive. But anyway, so I found a pair, and just one pair, and they were like almost the same amount, about $90. And so I ordered them. Well, today, the other two sets showed up. And they're still not showing up on my parents' credit card. Isn't that strange? So I don't know. We'll wait and see if it eventually shows up or what happened. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to show you this last little bit here, how I'm making these a little bit wider. I'm just kind of doing a finger length apart and then bending. So it's a little bit wider than the bottom one was. And it's, again, not exact, but it's close. So, you know, I'm just putting my finger down and bending. So can you see that? Just kind of the tip of my finger and then bending it back. Okay, time to cut it off again. Okay, I'm going to get this one out of the way now. I'm going to glue that end down. And what I do for the end is I just kind of fold it over a little bit. And again, having wired ribbon helps. Fold it over a little bit. And then stick it down, and you don't really see the end as much. So like that. Okay? And this is a little too bent. And then I'm going to just glue these two end pieces together so they stick. There we go. Okay, so there's my skirt. And now we're going to build the tree. Now, Michael had red. Let's see, do I have any red ones laying here? Yeah. They had other colors too. They had red and gold and I think green. Anyway, they had these poinsettia packs for $1. And there is 6 pieces in a package. And I thought that would be really cool for the tree. But I didn't want red. I used that on the topiary ornament I made. I wanted silver. So I got a bunch of packages of silver. Don't know how many I need, so I just got a bunch. And that's what I'm going to use to build my tree. So let me pull them out. I know I'm going to use probably at least 4 or 5 packages, so I'm going to start pulling that amount out first. I like frugal deals, guys. Like I said, by the time I pay for this whole project, since I got this for like $1.50 and these were like $1, it's going to be under $10 probably for this project, which is, I think, a good deal. Hi, Goldie. What's your real name? Yes, I am recording. This is a witch's hat that I had left over from Halloween that I'm making into a Christmas tree. Okay, so I'm just going to take these and with a glue gun, put it on the little dot and just attach it down at the bottom like that. Okay, now I can't really see because I'm doing it upside down. So, okay, so that's what we want to do all the way around it. Let me attach another one. I'm going to lay it on its side a little bit. And I just want to slightly overlap so I get a nice coverage and there's not a lot of holes, but that's why I painted it silver to begin with, because I am going to add some embellishments, but I didn't want any holes to be seen. I didn't want to have to put an embellishment in every single little nook and cranny. So put those on like that. What do you think of this idea, guys? Good? Bad? Indifferent? Very reasonable, and it makes a good gift. I can tell you that much. And what I'm kind of doing is every other one on top and then the underneath. So I don't know if you can see that. See how I've got that one's on top, and then I tucked these other two behind it. And you could do it any way you wanted. That's just how I thought it would look nice. Thank you, Rebecca. I don't know about you guys, but I am addicted to Michael's dollar bins because I find some of the best, coolest stuff for $1. And yeah, I know it's made in China and all that, but I don't have a lot of money, so it's kind of nice to get good deals like that. Oop. Okay, I got one left here. Okay, so there's our first layer on. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the next layer. And when I do this one, I'm going to put them in between the other two, like that, so that it's not, you know, just straight up and down lines. See how I did that? Can you see that? Okay. I wish now that I had another witch's hat, because I'm kind of liking this. I think this is going to turn out really pretty. But alas, I only bought one. I know, it's so much fun to sit here and watch me glue, huh? Lots of strings. So is it cold where you guys are at? I know Rebecca's in Florida because we've been talking about the fact that I'm moving there. What about the rest of you? Are you having snow? Are you going to have a white Christmas? Sorry if the TV is loud. My kids are here, and yeah. They don't know the meaning of listening in reasonable tones. Okay, one left on this row. Tuck it in on both sides. There we go. Okay. All right, now we got 2 layers on. What do you think? Is it looking good so far? Already? How did they know it's 1 hour? Did you have snow, Pam? How can they know ahead like that? I mean, heck, I lived in Minnesota for years, and we never knew until like 6 o'clock in the morning. Of course, in Minnesota, they were very, very prepared. So we rarely got off. Okay, just starting my next row. I'm going to repeat the layers. Oh, how many inches did you guys get? Rebecca, how cold is it? Don't tell me that. Florida's supposed to be warm. Of course, you don't live right on the coast either, do you? All I know is I was freezing my butt off and Paul was warm. You guys were the only warm spot for a whole week. And everybody was hating on Florida. Okay, one more on this row. Let's see, that's an upper and an upper, so we're going to tuck in again. There we go. Okay, so that was, how many packages did I open? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I opened 5, and I'm not quite done. So there you can see so far. So I'm probably going to need like 2 packages, I think. Maybe 3. This would be very pretty in red and green too. But like I said, the person I have in mind for this likes the silver and gold. So. Okay. All right. On we go to the next level. Okay, I need another glue stick. Yes, red poinsettias. These are just silver poinsettias. See it close up? They're just silver poinsettia. Whoops. It's kind of hard to see in that light. There you go. Silver poinsettias. They had green, like I said, and gold too, but even though she likes silver and gold, her favorite is silver, so. So I wanted the main part to be silver. Just something different, not your traditional green Christmas stuff. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to slide that one over just a little bit because I can't get a whole one in there. Okay. All right, I think we're just about to the last level. See how this goes. Oh, I might need a couple on the top. Okay, now I'm just kind of bending them down as I'm putting this around on this last level so they kind of blend and they're not just like sticking out. And you could glue it down if you felt it was sticking out too much. Like this one right here I think is just a bit. So I'm going to just put a little glue right there. Same on this side. There we go. I wanted to have a little bit of the ruffliness, but, you know, not too much. And then I think I'm going to need 2 on the top here. Okay, and then I'm going to glue those around pretty tightly because I want to put a topper on still. I'm just going to have them bend over each other. Just a little bit, because you can reshape the leaves to make them stand out a little bit. Just kind of squishing it now. Make it a little pointier. Okay, so there we have our poinsettia covered tree. And I have 2 left, so I used basically 7 packages. So 7, and I don't know what I paid for the lace because like I said, I got it on sale and I didn't use very much, so maybe $1 worth of lace. So 7, 8, a couple of glue sticks, 20 cents. So 8, yeah, it's going to be a little over $10. Let's say under 12. All right, so the next thing I want to do is, I'm going to set this aside for a minute. I went to the flea market this last summer looking for wedding stuff, and, oops, my feather's in there for her pen. And I found this garland for this big, long thing of garland for literally $3. I could not pass that up. So, she doesn't really like it, although I'm going to still incorporate some of it. She just doesn't know that yet. But I'm going to take a little bit of it off and use parts of it as embellishments on my tree. So I'm just going to grab my wire cutters. And cut off a couple of pieces. Or actually just twist it on here with wire. Maybe I can pull it off without doing that. Let's see. see what happens. Yeah, no, I'm just going to cut it. Come on, cut, cut, cut. Okay. This last little one here. Okay, there's one little clump. And missed one, so let me take that one off too. I think I'm going to need one more clump. So we're going to go over here and do this one. Let's see here. Well, this wasn't a garage sale. This was a flea market, and we have a really good flea market here. I heard about that murder. That's really sad. A few years ago, well, actually it was more than a few years ago because my daughter was still in like middle school. There was a girl in our neighborhood that was murdered, and then the guy burned her remains in the trash bin in the back of his house. It was really disgusting. Just don't understand people. Why don't they value life? Why can't people be kind to each other? Okay, so I'm going to start with that. I think that's probably going to be enough for this part. And what I just got there is well, Pam, I don't know what to tell you. Tell me what you're looking for. I'll look around for you. If I see it, I'll pick it up for you. All right, now, I'm going to kind of take these apart a little bit. Okay. Come on. There we go. All right, and I'm just pulling the excess paper off of the ends of them now. Just kind of laying them out a little bit. One of the things when I was at the, you've had 3 murdered there? Oh my gosh. Children? Anyway, one of the things that I was looking for when I was at the flea market was old china, because Jennifer's having a vintage wedding, so we're doing mismatched china. And I've had pretty good luck with that, but my sister had even better luck, and she found hers on Craigslist. So I paid her for, because her daughter used the dishes too. Hers was a sort of vintage style. Anyway, so I paid her for the plates and brought them home. So I've got that all taken care of, which is nice. I don't have to go out looking for it anymore. Okay, so I'm just going to, did y'all see my recipe that I posted on there for the spray on the Bling Chronicles? Yes? No? Okay, well, it's pretty simple. It's just, this is not my recipe. The other one was, but this is, I I got this one from the Frugal Crafter, and it's just warm water and liquid hairspray, you know, the kind you get in a pump, and either Pearl-Ex, or what I used was, what's it called? Oh, I guess it is Pearl-Ex, yeah, Pearl-Ex. So I just poured some of that in there. And I got it to the color I wanted, and I wanted them kind of goldy. So I'm going to put my paper up so I don't get it all over the place. And I'm just going to, let me get it started here. Do not shake this stuff, guys. You gotta, may have to get a different topper. Oh, there it goes. You just want to kind of swirl it, and then that way you can spray it. And this, I wanted it a little ivory because there's some ivory in the lace, but I wanted it to have a hint of gold. So I'm going to spray that on there. And can you see? Probably not. But here, let me lift it up. Can you see it's just got a little bit of a hint of gold in it? You can see it probably better on my hand. Okay, so I'm going to take my heat dryer again. So give me a sec. You can also, if you wanted this stuff not to be translucent, if you wanted it to be more actual gold colors, just add a little bit of paint to it instead of acrylic paint, but not very much, just a little bit. But the hairspray in the water is what makes it stick to everything and stay, so it works pretty good. And I may decide to give this a second coat once it's dry. I don't know, let me see. It's giving it a nice shimmer. You're welcome. I use that all the time. It's way, way, way cheaper. If you've already got the Pearl-Ex, it's cheaper than buying different colors all the time because you can mix your own. And don't get me wrong, I love Lindy's Scentsy because they have some awesome, awesome colors, and they're really bright and vibrant. But when I just want something translucent, I just make my own. Okay, so I'm going to flip them over so I can do the other side. Oops, that one kind of got stuck together, so turn that over and turn that over. That way, if I do the other side that way, I don't have to worry about being too careful on how I lay it on. So, you know, I'm lazy. What can I say? I like to make sure it's easy to craft with. So, and since it only takes a minute to do this versus really being careful what you do, I'd rather do this. Okay, here we go. One more time. Good coat. Okay. These are not, if you have this happen, guys, you just have to take warm water and rinse out your sprayer thing. Because what happens is your Pearl-Ex gets stuck up in there. Because I'm going to see if I can get it loose this way. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, I don't have time for this, so I'm just going to grab another bottle top. Hang on one second. And I just buy these at Oriental Trading Company. You can also get them at Paper Mart. And they just come in a box like this of a dozen. They're not very expensive. So let me grab another top and then I'll rinse that one out after the show. Okay, remember, swirl, do not shake. That's how it gets clogged. And if you move it around a lot, you're using it frequently, it may get stuck like that. Okay, got to get it started. And these are not the best bottles in the world because they are reasonably priced. Like, see, this one, the top isn't working. Oh, there we go. That's why it's bent right there. Okay, I think I can get it to work now. Nope. Well, that top's not very good. This isn't boding well for Oriental Trading Company tonight, is it? Trying to give them a little plug, but like I said, they're cheap. They're very, very, very cheap. So if you get one or two bad ones occasionally, it's not a big deal. And I've been buying these for a while, and I don't get them very often. Okay, that one works. So spray again. Finish this up. Okay, and I'm going to dry it with my heat gun again, so give me a sec. Hi, Stephanie. Glad you could make it. We're about halfway through the project now, or a little more. Probably more like 3/4. But I did record it, so you can watch it later. I am making a repurposed witch's hat, making it into a Christmas tree. A poinsettia Christmas tree, really. Okay, I'm going to give away some of these packages. I'm going to give away, it takes 7 to make them, so I'll give away, should I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to give away 7 packages of these, and I was going to wait till the end, but let's go ahead and do it now while we're waiting for this to dry. So, what I want you to do is, I'm going to see if you've been paying attention to where I've been posting. I want you to tell me what my favorite Christmas carol is. And if you get it right, then those who get it right will draw a number if there's more than one. Okay, ready? Go! Type it in. What's my favorite Christmas carol? Just one guess, guys. One guess each. See who gets it right, if anybody paid attention. You never know, Pam. Just want to make sure these are really dry so the glue sticks. I'm still waiting. I only got 2 of you that named anything, so what do you guys think? What's my favorite Christmas carol? Okay, so far I got Pam and Stephanie that have guessed. Rebecca, Deb, Shirley, who else was here? Lori. Need guesses. Moving these out of the way. I'm going to dry them a little bit more, but there's too much moisture on the table still, so. Okay, I'm going to wipe this up. And as you see, it sticks really good because that hairspray. I don't know. Didn't know you did. Are you on your phone, Shirley? Actually, they feel pretty dry. So there's a couple that are a little moist. Let me give it one more real quick heat shot. Okay, Shirley, give me your answer. What do you think? Rebecca, you too. Deb, Huffman. Guess what my favorite Christmas carol is? By the time I'm done with this, I need your answers. Mary. Welcome, Mary. Huh, that's really weird, Shirley. I don't know. You know, Ustream is the craziest place. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to lift this up now so you can see the shine that I put on it. Like I said, I wanted it still to be a little translucent, but I wanted it a little bit of a gold shine. Can you see that? It's kind of hard to see with the light the way it is, but it's really pretty. Okay, so I've got these all done up, and I'm going to bring my tree back in. So Shirley, you'll be able to see now. What I did was I put lace around the bottom of the witch's hat as my tree skirt, and then I covered it in these silver poinsettias. Okay. All right, so nobody got it right. I guess you don't pay attention to me very much. Darn it. Okay, so instead, let's do, when I say go, I want you to pick a number from 1 to, well, since there's only like 5 of you here, like 1 to 10. And actually, no, that's going to make it too hard. When I say go, do 1 to 30. And the person who's closest without going over is going to get a package of 7 of these. And I will mail it out tomorrow so that you have it in time for Christmas to make something. Okay, ready, set, go. One through 30, go. I'm going to write my number down. Okay, Pam, 25, Deb, 19, Shirley, and Rebecca, and Mary. Waiting on you guys. And Steph, you don't have one in there? Well, while we're waiting for the rest of the numbers, I will tell you that my favorite Christmas carol is Carol of the Bells. So, y'all missed it. Okay, a couple more people. Okay, I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds, and then I'm going to tell you the answer. Steph, you going to guess? Good try, though. Nobody got it, so. But Carol of the Bells, my daughter can sing it. When she was in choir, she had to learn it. She can sing that thing perfectly, and I can't even come close. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay. So, my number that I wrote down is 22. So the winner is Deb Huffman. So I'll get these in the mail to you tomorrow, Deb. I just need you to PM me your address after the show. And if you, Deb, if you could tell me what the 22 refers to, it was about a post I did today, I will throw in a red package too. So, do you know what I was posting about today when I said 22? Deb? I'm going to give you 1 minute. Ready? Timer's on. Nope, don't know. Okay. Then I will give this to anyone else who can tell me. I'll mail this separately to anyone else. Actually, I'll give you two. There's 2 packages here left. To anyone else who can tell me what the 22 might have been in referral to today. Shirley, Pam, Stephanie, Rebecca, any of you guys know? What was I referring to today? The number 22. Okay, you got 1 minute. What did I do with my, I took it away? I sure did. When I'm moving? Nope, that's not right. Good guess, though. Shirley, did you catch it today? Stephanie, how about you? Come on, guys, I want to give this away. How many gray hairs I plucked today? No, I don't pluck them. I just dye them. I need to dye it again, actually. My mental age. Yes. Good job, Shirley. Okay. So you're going to get 2 packages, Shirley, and I can get your address. I think, Deb, yours might be in there, too, from Close Friends. But if you'll both PM me, I will get those out in tomorrow's mail. Okay, so I want single strands, and if there was any long end pieces like this one had, and like you see on this one, it has like a long brown piece on the end. I'm going to cut that off, and I'm going to go start looking for my holes in this thing. I did a pretty good job of covering it, but I do have a few. So I'm going to start, and then I'm just going to glue it on. So let's see. Tuck that on there. And then I'm just going to kind of bend it up and let it do its thing. I don't want it to be too precise. And thank you, Shirley, for reading my post. Even though none of you got the first one right. Okay, and I don't want them to be, you know, exact or anything like that, so I'm going to willy-nilly them. Oh, wow. What's it going to school for, Shirley? And I don't want, you know, it to be overwhelmed, so I'm just kind of sticking them, whoops, that one didn't stick. Sticking them in a little at a time. Can you see that? Just where I have a hole here and there. Because I don't want it to look like I, you know, completely covered it in it. It's just supposed to be an accent. I got a hole right here, so I'm going to come up this way. Mercury Boat Engine Repair Certification. Cool. Well, my husband is a computer geek, so yeah. He wouldn't know the first thing about repairing an engine. Okay, I kind of like how that looks. So I'm going to move on to another side now. And there's a hole right there, so I think I'll put that one there. I'm just kind of tucking them behind the flowers if I see a hole. Okay, so that's what we got so far. Can you see that? I'll take pictures afterwards. It's kind of hard to see on here, I know. Especially when you got shiny stuff, because the camera just kind of like glares, makes it glare. Okay. And I think I want this one here. Go up this way. Even with my good camera, sometimes I get glare. Your husband is a computer destroyer? What does he do? Oh, Shirley, I'm so jealous. You've got one of those handy guys. Yeah. My dad was like that, so I learned a lot of stuff from him. But I feel like my husband gets offended sometimes because I can fix more than he can. When I met my husband, guys, he didn't even know how to grill. He had never grilled in his life. His dad was a computer geek. That's how he grew up. Yeah, it was really weird. For me, anyway. Because I was used to having a really handy dad. Okay, I'm just trying to get these to stick now. All my jewelry is chrome vanadium. What's chrome vanadium? I don't even know what that is. Should I? Okay, looking for another hole. And I'm just kind of, laying it, once I get the bottom in where the hole is, I'm just kind of looking at it to see how I want to twist it. So there's no real pattern to it. I'm just kind of doing what looks right to me. May or may not look right to you. But we all have our own eye for design, and that's what makes us all unique and why we should, love this world we're in, because, yeah, we get to be different in ourselves and celebrate each other's talent. I think that's probably one of the things that I love best about what we do here, is that we don't all have to be the same. And even if we do something that's similar, it's still not going to be exact. And I love that, because I can like something you do and put my twist on it and still want what you made. Okay, we're getting there. This is a little bit longer than what my normal shows are. I try to keep them under an hour, but that's not going to happen tonight. Oh, looking for a hole, looking for a hole. Okay, I think I'm going to put this one in here and go the opposite direction. Go down instead of up. In some of the areas I'm gluing the berries, and in other areas I'm just gluing the wired part. Yeah, they would make a good centerpiece. I have lots of tools too, Shirley. I have, I went and bought myself a table saw and all kinds of stuff so I could do my backyard. Did any of you look at my album of my backyard? It's on my Facebook page. I made all kinds of cool stuff. I made a pond with a waterfall, and oh, I had so much fun. It was my therapy when I quit my job, because yeah, I really was going through some rough times then. You want a pond? They're not hard to make. Mine is concrete with, then I did a waterfall where I took that water board that you put behind showers and I covered it in copper that I just got at Home Depot or Lowe's or something. And bought a kit, cut a hole in it. Well, you just have to go look at it. I think it turned out awesome. But I might be prejudiced because I did the work myself. You want a fireplace, no job, and lots of money. Okay. I want the lots of money. I don't have the job, so yeah, I gave up my job. My husband doesn't want me to go back to work, which is kind of nice, because you know, being a kept woman is not that bad. Okay, that one didn't stick, so I'm going to redo it. Stick it back on there. It's coming along, coming along. We're almost done with this part, and then we only have one thing left to do, and that's put a topper on it. And you could, you know, you could wrap some little packages and put them around it. You could do, you know, lots of things depending on what you want. That's what's cool about these kind of projects. So you can personalize it to your desires. Oh, let's see. I think. Trying to figure out how I want this. Okay, I want that there. So I'm kind of running out of holes. I see a couple little ones, but I don't like the end. All right. Okay, I know where I want the end of it to land, so I'm going to have to work the rest of it around that. There we go. Kind of like it like that. Yeah, well, I was a single parent for a long, long, long time. And, like, you know, 8 years before I met my husband that I have now. So, yeah, I kind of did my part, I think, with the working, and he's been great. I really struggled at my job as far as they were just mean. That's all I'm going to say. And so when I nearly had a nervous breakdown and ended up in the hospital, I didn't end up in the hospital, but I mean, I ended up on meds, and they were going to put me in the hospital if I didn't take them. He just said, you know, quit, be done. Don't deal with them anymore. So I took him up on it. I haven't looked back. Don't forget to take a pic of the... Oh, I won't. I will. I will definitely do that. You got to go or something? I'll post it in the Bling Chronicle so you guys can all see when it's done. And I think I'm almost at a stopping point for this. So, okay, so I've got it pretty much covered. And let me spin it around here so you can see. So I just kind of randomly put it in to add a little bit of accent. Okay, give it a little bit more rustic look. So now I need you guys to vote. I came up with 2 different items that I can add to the top. I can take this silver star, it's a bell that I had, and put rub and buff on it and make it gold and put it on the top. Here, let's see. Like that. can you, there we go. Can you see that? And attach that. Or I can put this like really gorgeous flower that Angela made and put that on the top as the star. So I want you guys to vote. Tell me what you think. I wish I had two of these so I could put one on either side. That's the only problem I have with this one. But it is so gorgeous, and it has the silver and the gold color in it. So, star or flower? What do you think? That's the last thing to do, so star? Okay. Anybody else? Flower, flower, star. What do you think, Rebecca? Stephanie, you still here? You think so? It's kind of hard to see. Let me see. Oh, I don't know. I think it looks okay. I think either one of them looks okay. But yeah, I'm thinking the flower is gorgeous, but I'm thinking that it's going to clash too much with this other ribbon. So I think I'm going to go with the star. Alright, so I'm just going to take some Rub and Buff for those of you who have not used it. I don't really feel like having a stained finger tonight. So, take a little bit of paper towel, put a little bit on here, and it might be clogged. Yep, it is. Get a little needle. When you guys do stick pins, do you save your ends? That's what I do, because I use this, make a stick pin sometimes, or like a head pin or something like that, and I don't use the whole thing. So I cut it up and I save them for this and for the Tim Holtz or the glossy accents, because that thing's forever sticking. But anyway, that way I can get in here and get any dried out stuff on there without having to ruin my good pins. Come on now. I didn't mean to drop it. Okay. So you just take it and rub it on, and you can change silver to gold. Need a little more. It's really simple. It does smell, though. I don't know what's in it, but yeah, I don't like the smell of it. So if you have allergies, it's almost like, it reminds me of this paint thinner. That's what it smells like. Okay, see how I changed that to gold? It's silver on one side. Can you tell the difference? I know it's hard with this light, but silver on one side, and then I rub and buffed it, and it's gold on the other now. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and do the other side, because I want the whole thing to match. And you can kind of see the silver through it a little bit. And actually, I got some in this hole that I want to get out. So I'm going to use my little pin and pull it out. There we go. Because I want it to have that nice, it's got little stars within the star, so I want that impression to be there. There we go. Do any of you guys use Rub and Buff? I really like it. It dries really fast, and unlike paint. Okay, turn it over. Do the other side. And when I'm not doing shows and it's not around Christmas time or whatever, I just use my finger because it's so much easier. But yeah, I really don't want stained fingers, and it takes a couple of days to get it off. There might be a solution. You could probably use paint thinner or polish remover or something like that, but I don't like to put all that harsh stuff on my skin, so I just let it wear off in the shower, which is why you always see, like, I got red on my hands right now because I was baking cookies, red food coloring. And that was from yesterday. Still there, even though I took a shower. Okay, I'm going to go in and do the same thing on the holes here and get that out. This has some little creases because that's where it was put together on this side. So that'll be my back side. And I'll put that on the side where my seams for my ribbon is. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, now what did I do with my cap? Jeez, I'm getting to be an airhead. There it is. Okay, put my cap back on. And we're going to glue this baby on, and then we're done. Whoop. Okay, I got to find the back, my seam again. It should be easier to find now with the white. Yep, there it is. Okay. And I'm going to put that right on the top. Make sure it's set good. Okay. And there we have our poinsettia Christmas tree. Now, I do want to show you one last thing. This is Angela's trick, and I love it. You've got all these glue strings, and, you know, I pulled a lot of them off as I was going, but there's still more. Take your heat gun and run over it real quick. Don't leave it on for too long, because then you melt off your hot glue that you were using, but just get your strings off. And it really works good. It's magical. That's probably my favorite tip of Angela's. And I never even thought about it until I started working with her. Okay. And there we have it, ladies. Oh, there went my star. I got to glue that back on. I don't think my paint was completely dry. I'll try this again. And I can always stick some E6000 on it after we're done here, too. E6000 is like my favorite glue. I know Angela loves her glue gun. I like E6000 because I like things to be permanent. Okay, there, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole thing because it's kind of big. And there we have it. What do you think? You don't have a heat gun, Shirley? Oh, yeah, you should ask for one from Santa. This is so easy and fun, and, you know, you wouldn't have to have the witch's hat part. You could just use a cone and then put like a piece of cardboard underneath it, a circle of cardboard, and attach it. But I just happen to have that, and I just thought it was handy. So there you go. All right, ladies. I really appreciate you joining me tonight. And I will get these out in the mail tomorrow to you, to the winners. So I hope you like the project. And here's the ornament that I made. Although I cracked the one I was showing you, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so we had a good night tonight. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Shirley. Yeah, I do too. I keep everything. My kids tell me I'm terrible about it. So, All right, you guys have a wonderful evening, and I am going to do another show on Thursday, so I hope you can join me. I'll see you then. Bye.